Hello everyone and welcome to Nomad James Tips. Today I've got a quick video for you going over some of the equipment that I take with me as a digital nomad when I'm working remotely and traveling abroad. One of the most common questions that I've gotten in the comments section on my other videos is, what do you bring with you? So I'm going to go through that for you today, so check it out. All right, let's get started. So first thing that I can't impress upon the importance enough is your computer. So when you're a digital nomad, your entire world revolves around the computer that you have, and it has to be powerful enough, and the battery has to be good, and it has to be portable to get the job done. And for me, I'm a digital creative, so I do social media marketing, I make videos and content just like this, and a whole bunch of other stuff using Photoshop, InDesign, so I need a lot of power underneath the hood. Now, a lot of people like to use gaming laptops for this because it contains a really powerful GPU, but as a digital nomad, I can't afford to be carrying a laptop around that weighs 100 pounds, and I can't have a laptop where the battery is only gonna last for a couple hours. So for me, it's the MacBook Pro M1 Mac. This one has 16 gigabytes of RAM, which is enough for me. It's got an 8-core GPU and it's got an 8-core Intel processor. The other thing that I always talk about a lot is your phone. And so, as I've mentioned, I have a Google Pixel, and the Google Pixel is perfect for using in pretty much any developed country. Google currently says there's over 200 countries that it'll work in, and I have yet to find one that has had an issue. All right, the next piece of equipment I've got here for you is related to your passport. So it's one thing just to have your passport. Obviously, you need that when you're traveling, but you have to get a case like this. This is an RFID blocking case, and all passports that are available today have a chip built in. So when they're scanning your passport at different ports of call, they're really scanning a chip that's inside here. The problem for that is, just like with your credit card, there are scanners that can pick that up and do nefarious things with it. So you want to get a case that's going to go around your passport, and this is going to be RFID blocking so that no one can take your details. I also keep all my credit cards in here. Those are important, and I'll make another video about the best ones to use, and it's going to block all of those RFID chips as well, so you don't have to worry about anyone stealing any of your information. The next thing I want to mention for US travelers, and I don't want to show you the card because it's got personal information on it, is getting the Trusted Traveler Program card. So this card allows me to go through any major US airports and skip the lines, so I can go straight through. When I get to the airport, I don't have to wait a long time. I have expedited security, so usually it's just a pat down and a walk through a metal detector. I don't have to go through the big scanning machine, and typically I can get through an international airport in about 15 minutes from the front to the gate because I'm part of the Trusted Traveler Program. So definitely check it out. There'll be links in the comments letting you know where to go. Okay, the next piece of equipment I've got for you is a wall charger. This is a pretty common piece of travel gear. You want to be able to plug your device in. So in this case, my computer, it comes with a charger for the United States, but depending on where you're going, if you're going to Europe or Africa or Central or South America, you're going to find different outlets on the wall, and you want to be able to plug your devices in. Now again, this is very common, but this specific device from travelgadgeteer.com is a little different. It contains multiple USB ports at different wattages, and then it's also designed to have a circuit breaker of sorts inside so that it will protect your devices in case of power surges. And I've stayed in countries such as Albania where the power was a little iffy and there would be rolling blackouts. Still a great place to visit, and it didn't affect me too much. The power usually came right back on, but you want to be able to protect your devices. All right, so this next thing that I've got for you is pretty interesting, and I'm sure a lot of people have traveled and they've got a neck pillow that they put around so that they can sleep on the plane. But if you're a digital nomad, you're spending a lot of time in the airport, and you're spending a lot of time, very likely, on long haul flights. The longest one I ever did, I think, was 16 hours to New Zealand. Incredibly long flight, and that neck pillow, especially on a full plane, it's now probably not going to be enough. So there is this bad boy. This is inflatable, and this is essentially the same concept, except your head goes in here, your arms go in here, and then when you're on an airplane, you can basically just go to sleep. All right, The next piece of kit I got for you is from PackSafe. Now, this company I've been using for a long time for security. And I never want to give the impression that travel is inherently unsafe, but you definitely got to be able to protect yourself. And besides not being the really drunk, ignorant person at the bar at 3 o'clock in the morning, which is the number one thing you can do to prevent any issues, the other is to take some common sense approaches to keeping your stuff safe. So PackSafe, my wallet that I carry is made from PackSafe. That's also RFID blocking. My backpack, which I'll show you here in a few minutes, is from PackSafe. And then I have this portable safe from PackSafe. Now this is lined with cut-resistant steel mesh, and it also comes with an additional cable that you can wrap around your bag and something secure like a pole. And then it has this line here so that you can lock this and then lock it to something else. The goal of that being is that if somebody's gonna break into your room, or maybe they get into your bag, or you need to leave your bag somewhere like a bus or a train and you can't have it with you, they're gonna go for somebody else's stuff, as sad as that sounds. All right, so the next piece of kit we got is a wallet. Now, this isn't the PackSafe wallet that I keep on me. This is a dummy wallet. So you wanna take an old, disused or really inexpensive wallet and stick some old papers, maybe some old credit cards that aren't good anymore, an expired ID that you can use, and you want to keep this in your back pocket. Now, best practices for traveling is you want to keep anything important in your front pockets or in a money belt so that no one can easily pickpocket. Pickpocketing is fairly common in major cities, US cities as well. It's not restricted just to being abroad. One of the best things you can do to protect yourself is put together one of these dummy wallets, keep it in your back pocket. If you are the unfortunate target of a pickpocket, they're gonna make off with $5 worth of old wallet and some few scraps of papers and an old credit card. Speaking of money belts, I have one here. This is a plastic wallet. It's lined with composite material, so it's not, you don't need to take it off for metal detectors. It actually has a zipper on the inside. You can stick, in my experience, about $500 in cash in here, and you just wear it like a normal belt. It's water resistant, and if you were to lose your wallet, your shoes, everything but the pants that you're wearing, I doubt anyone's gonna take this from you. It's pretty cheap and inexpensive looking. And the final piece of equipment I want to talk to you about is the most important for a digital nomad besides their work equipment, and that's their backpack. One side note about this is it's probably going to get you stopped at almost every airport that you go through because it's lined with chain link made of steel so that your backpack can't be slashed open. So both the inside and the backside are lined with this steel mesh. Thank you for joining me today for this quick video of the top 10 things that I bring with me on every trip. There's plenty of more conversations that we could have about the specs for the equipment that you should buy, what sort of phone models are available that work with Google Fi, the whole different range of backpacks and clothing and things that you'd want to bring with you, depending on what sort of climate you're going to be in. So make sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell so that you can be notified on the next video that Nomad James Tips puts out to give you all the information you need to get out of the cubicle and into the world.